often that you see in my videos is this. This is just an N95 mask. Now what does N95 mean? Well, 95 means that it blocks 95% of particles that are 300 nanometers or larger. Now, how big is the coronavirus? Actually, it's smaller. It's about half the size of 300 nanometers. So that means that this mask is not going to block coronavirus. However, it does block air intake. Now, if you wear this mask, you can tell that you're not getting as much air, which is why it's actually very difficult to breathe and a little uncomfortable to wear these masks for any period of time. But that's just the way it goes. Now, there's another kind of mask that you probably have seen pictures of, especially if you're in here in China. You see a lot of people wearing these kind of masks. Often they're white. This is a gray one, but it has this. Now, if you haven't seen this before, you might look at this mask and think that this is an air filter. I remember I used to think this as well, and usually these are a little more expensive. So I thought, oh, it's great. This has an air filter on it. It's not an air filter. This is just an air valve. Now, what that means is that when you wear this mask, when you exhale, you can feel the air coming out of here. It's a little plunger that opens and lets the air out. Now, it's more comfortable to wear this mask because it's easier to exhale, which means you're not breathing in your own carbon dioxide. However, that also means that this seal is not very good. Especially if it gets moist, it can collect germs and you're breathing those germs in. So this is not an ideal mask for dealing with something like germs. Another thing to keep in mind is that originally these masks really aren't used for people that are worried about germs, but people worried about dust. So these are called respirator masks, dust masks, and we used to wear these all the time here because of the air pollution. So that's typically what they're used for. Now, doctors are wearing these now because they keep out air, so they're also going to keep out, particulate matter or germs in the air, but that's not originally what they're intended for. That said, you need to change your mask often. I've talked to some friends here recently and I've asked them how often they're changing their mask, and some of them don't change them for a week. Now, some doctors and some experts say that if you're not changing your mask frequently, like every day, you actually might be doing more harm than good because it's just collecting germs, especially when these get moist. Those germ particles, the bacteria, likes to find a warm, moist place like a mask. So you need to change your mask often. Wiping it down and those type of things is not ideal. You really need to be replacing it. Now, what about these other masks that we're seeing, which is like this? I'm going to be careful opening this because I don't want to get these dirty. Now, if you've been looking at pictures regarding the corona virus outbreak here, you probably have seen most people wearing these kind of masks. Now, these are called surgical masks. They're very, very simple. They're much thinner than the mask I was just wearing. They also have this small metal clip inside so you can form fit it to your nose, which is nice. But when you wear one of these, you can immediately tell that you're getting less protection than one of the other masks. Why is that? Because when I breathe in, I can feel the air going in through here and under here. This is not a tight seal at all. Whereas one of these masks, when I wear this, I can really feel the difficulty of breathing. The air is coming in through here, which is what you want. Remember, when it says N95, it's blocking in 95% of the 300 nanometers or larger particles coming through the filter, not coming through the entire mask. It doesn't count for this. So if it's not going through here, if it's not going through your filter, it's not really doing a whole lot for you. So these masks, why are they so popular? In fact, some doctors are even recommending using these, some doctors here. Well, the reason is because these masks are disposable, they're cheap, they're easy for hospitals to give out to their workers, they don't cost much, they don't require fitting, you can dispose of them, single use, and they're just more convenient to use. That is why. The other reason is that these can contain germs just as the other masks can. So there was an article that was going around before, and I had stumbled across it, someone had actually sent it to me as well, that it actually recommended not using an N95 but using one of these masks. And it was really puzzling to me that it would say that. But when I looked through it very carefully, there in the text print said that you want to wear this if you're already sick. Yes, because this mask can prevent you from coughing onto someone else. It contains your germs. So yeah, if you're sick and you want to wear this, great, it'll be better than nothing. But if you're not sick, the protection that this gives, as opposed to just a piece of plastic or a piece of paper in front of your mouth, is not very great. It's about the same.